Welcome back to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into the absolute ultimate architectural debate. It's pretty fascinating, but the materials a billionaire actually chooses for their home, they say way more about their psychological relationship with time than their bank account ever could. It is a total clash of titans, a massive contrast of values, and a visual feast that tells us literally everything we need to know about how wealth and success are projected in the modern world. We're putting two incredibly distinct aesthetics head-to-head today. On one side, you have the timeless, heavy, historical weight of the old money aesthetic. And on the other, the sleek, aggressive, hypermodern flash of new money. Okay, let's just dive right into this. Because architecture, it's not just about walls and roofs, right? It's a language. It is a very specific way of communicating a philosophy to the world. And today, we're stepping directly into two vastly different, yet equally captivating worlds of wealth display. We're looking at a full-blown battle between heritage and innovation. It's all about how different generations and totally different mindsets define what luxury actually feels like. So is luxury found in the comforting, enduring weight of the past, or is it in the thrilling, cutting-edge engineering of the future?
First up, old money, classical grandeur.
So this old money aesthetic, it is completely rooted in legacy. When you walk up to a grand French château, you're immediately greeted by these classical proportions and perfect, rigid symmetry. And the limestone facades, they aren't just there because they look pretty. They're chosen specifically because limestone chemically hardens and weathers beautifully over centuries. It's a material that actually looks better as it ages, which just screams permanence and stability. And those manicured topiary gardens surrounding the estate, they aren't just plants. They're basically living sculptures that require decades of patient, meticulous care. It's the very definition of timeless elegance. These classical exteriors are defined by crazy, meticulous details. That symmetrical limestone projects this total resistance to fleeting trends. And those manicured topiary gardens, they display a mastery over nature that requires profound patience. Actually, fun fact, maintaining a true topiary garden can easily cost more annually than buying a brand new supercar. It's wild. You add in the highly satisfying crunch of tires on a cobblestone driveway leading up to a tiered marble fountain, just soaking in that soft, warm sunlight, and you have deliberate, powerful signals of deep-rooted history and unshakable traditional luxury. Moving right along to elegance inside and out. Now, the whole philosophy inside these places is literally meant to humble you. Standing at the bottom of a massive double-height entryway, you are just totally surrounded by polished, light marble floors reflecting all this warm ambient light. Sweeping dual staircases with those ornate iron railings curve elegantly up to the second floor, and they practically demand that you make a grand entrance. And the massive crystal chandeliers suspended from meticulously detailed coffered ceilings, they don't just light the room, they project generational weight. The scale is absolutely breathtaking, but it's clever because it's designed to make you feel like a small, welcomed part of a much larger history. Heading back outside, the classic garden elements just keep that narrative of timeless leisure going. Notice the mathematically perfect rectangular swimming pools. They're framed by solid stone gazebo pillars and pergolas covered in creeping vines. No modern glass or steel anywhere in sight. Towering cypress trees act as these massive natural borders, giving you ultimate privacy across lush, rolling green lawns in the late afternoon sun. It's peaceful, it's perfectly private, it is classical elegance, just perfectly executed.
But now, okay, we're doing a total 180. Look at the stark contrast in these philosophies. We are leaving behind the heritage, the warm limestone, and those sweeping curves. Instead, we're stepping into a completely different world. Dark stone, floor-to-ceiling glass, neon twilight, and razor-sharp minimalist lines. This isn't just a different architectural style, it's a totally different psychological mindset. It is an abrupt, jarring shift from daytime classical elegance straight into moody, high-tech night luxury.
Which brings us to new money, modern luxury. Welcome to the future. Here, exotic matte black supercars, we're talking Lamborghinis, Rolls-Royces. They act as literal extensions of the architecture itself. The villa behind them is a modern marvel constructed almost entirely of dark stone and floor-to-ceiling glass. And by the way, this is a massive structural flex. Achieving these huge, uninterrupted glass walls requires incredibly advanced, crazy expensive cantilevered structural engineering just to keep the panes from shattering under the home's weight. Illuminated by ambient blue and neon LED strips against the twilight sky, this aesthetic is aggressive, it's sleek, and it's unapologetically bold. It doesn't care about 100 years ago, it only cares about pushing the absolute limits of today. Next up, high-tech minimalist living. Inside, new money is completely defined by hyper-engineered simplicity. It's all about hiding the crazy complexity of the home behind utterly clean, uncluttered surfaces. So instead of a heavy, sweeping marble stairwell, you get these minimalist floating wooden steps that literally look like they're defying gravity, bordered by these barely there glass balustrades. Traditional chandeliers? Completely gone. Replaced by warm, recessed LED strip lights integrated directly into the architecture itself, glowing from beneath the steps. Framed by dark marble accent walls, this minimalist approach creates an entirely new, almost sci-fi definition of opulence. Honestly, nothing captures the engineering flex of this new money aesthetic quite like the outdoor patio. Imagine an illuminated infinity edge pool, its dark waters blending seamlessly right into a glowing city skyline in the background. And right in the middle, a sunken fire pit lounge. Forcing fire and water to perfectly coexist through brilliant modern engineering is just the ultimate statement piece. It's a bold contrast of elements that's basically saying to the world, yeah, we can build absolutely anything we want. So, which is your style? At the end of the day, architecture is just a huge reflection of what we value most. So, what about you? Do you crave the quiet, enduring permanence of the past? Or are you all about the thrilling, cutting-edge rush of the future? Are you building a legacy to be remembered for generations? Or are you building a high-tech fortress to enjoy right now? Both are absolute masterclasses in design for sure, but they speak entirely different languages. The blueprints are laid out. Which philosophy defines you? Let us know and vote below.